I want to preface this video by saying I do not care what you think. I don't care if you think this is entertaining, if you think this is valuable. I am recording this for my future self. Just click off if you don't want to sit through this monologue, but I'm back in my hometown. Back in Richmond, Virginia, back where it all started. And I don't know, like it's such a unique perspective that I have every time that I come back here, and like at times it feels some like I'm somewhat derealized, right? Where I don't feel fully present in the moment because I'm so like everywhere. Like if you don't know anything me about my channel, again, like this video is honestly just for me in the future because I really don't care what anyone else thinks. And the best possible thing you can do if you stick to watch around is be selfish with the things that I say and apply it to your own life and see how you can steal the things that I've fucked up on, the things that I've done well in my life, and apply them to your own situation. But I moved from my hometown it's been 8 months now. It's been 8 months, and I dropped out of college. It was almost like a year and a half ago from a college named VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond, Virginia. And like it's such a surreal feeling just seeing your reality just completely change in front of your eyes. It doesn't feel like that to you in front of you, but it's fucking unreal. It is fucking unreal. And every time that I'm back in Virginia, I'm reminded how much progress that I've made. I'm reminded how much I've really changed just because I was able to shift myself internally to start seeing external change in my world, right? I used to go to sleep. This is my childhood bedroom, by the way. I don't really care how the optics look on this video. I think this frame is fire. But this is my childhood bedroom right here. And I used to, man, I used to just daydream in this place. I used to just daydream. I felt honestly super lost. And quite honestly, through my, like, I wish I could say like I was a fucking creative ass kid. I mean, I guess in some ways I was. Like, funny thing is that I had a YouTube channel like when I was like 13, bro. And I was posting like Minecraft content. That was funny. But I've never been like I've never had deep thoughts, And this is where I want to take this video because like there's a point where you come to a conscious realization as a man where you realize that I can control my own reality. You start questioning the narratives, the systems that get put in place through the world. And you say, hey, I don't actually like these things that are told on me. Why do I have to do these things? And it's so weird, right? It's so weird when you break free from these little things. Like, when you, like go against an unspoken rule in your own internal mind and it just feels like something is just wrong. Like, for example, right? I grew up in a household where luckily like the standard was that there was no cursing, there was no drugs, alcohol, and I just conformed to that standard because, my parents raised me very, very well. And anytime like I've never really cussed in my household, obviously like, I'm here now, so it's a little bit different, but I've never like grown up, obviously. I've never like cussed in my household, but like anytime that I would, it was just like an unspoken rule and just felt like wrong in my soul. And when you start going against the system, that is exactly how it feels. It feels a little bit wrong at first, but then like once you like step into it, like it just feels like you have like the, not really the weight of the world on your shoulders, but it feels like you're on top of the world. That's a better way to describe it. It feels like you're actually like, holy shit, what the fuck? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Like once you start going against the system and what you're told, meaning I dropped out of college. Everyone in my environment, everyone that grew up around me was going to a 4-year university. And I was just a person who just sleptwalked my way into what was told to me, being go get your degree. My thought process behind what I did with college was, okay, what do I want to do? I want to have a business and I want to make money. Let's do business finance. I feel like it's a relatable point compared to a lot of other people who choose that same field. As like, maybe you want to be like a certified public accountant, financial advisor, wealth advisor, whatever it is. But like you kind of just like sleepwalk your way through it and it's not really intentional. And that is the worst possible thing you can do. And I think it's very fucked up with the way the world works is that you can take out a loan a lifelong debt of a loan by the time you're 18, but yet you cannot get money to invest into like a business or something, or like actually invest into a strong skill set that you can use in the real world. Like the way that I view college, and when I had this realization, like this is like when my head started turning. I'm like, why am I wasting my time in college? It's literally just an extended vacation. It's literally just the extended time period of you delaying yourself going into the real world. And none of the things that you're learning in college are applicable. Like, of course, applicable, yes, but like not put into practice. Rather, like everything is just like a simulation. Maybe you're gonna do a little presentation. Maybe you're gonna do a little a test, right? Like you're answering questions for what you would do in the real world, but none of it is from real world experience. That is the caveat. That is what I was like, fuck this. I rather go out and say that I'm actually going to, I don't care what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'd rather just get real world experience and learn how to navigate the real world, not just in this college environment. Cause quite honestly, like, you can, like there is no real responsibilities you got to worry about in college, like unless like I guess the only thing with this is like if you're a law student, medical, like those like things that require a college education, obviously this doesn't apply. But if you're a business student, you're cooked, bro. You're cooked. There's no better way I can put it. But yeah, I mean, I literally just didn't think that it was the right thing for me, and like I would just contemplate in my mind for weeks, and it was when I first initially took a step towards entrepreneurship, and like again, like that first step outside of the matrix, and I'm like, and I started learning about like how entrepreneurs roll, like like just submersing myself into that one self-improvement mindset, and then also entrepreneur mindset, where I'm like, damn, I don't really need college. I don't really see much of a benefit towards sticking out the next 2 years, because at that point I was going into my sophomore year. So I stopped letting my feelings get in the way of the facts, and the facts were is that I did not align with this towards my long-term congruent goals, being that I don't want to work a 9 to 5 job. I don't want to work my way up a corporate ladder. I don't want to work under someone else's hours. Like this is a perfect frame of mind for how I put it. And this video, by all means, like it's not about convincing you how to be an entrepreneur, but like literally just so I can give backstory. And again, this is literally just for my future self. I much rather spend 80 hours a week, not even getting paid, building something that's congruent towards my own vision, towards myself, towards something that I actually feel passionate and I care about deeply, rather than work 40 hours a week for someone else's dreams. Think about that. That's what was like, damn, I made the right decision. Like I promise you, it was a lot of contemplation, especially a lot of decision making from people around me as well. Because again, it was like this step outside of the system where I was kind of scared. Like it's kind of like imagine like you're driving on a highway and like you just say fuck it, I'm going off road, and like you just like your car just like starts going in the middle of the fucking if you're driving like in a desert, right? Just in the middle of the desert. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if you're gonna hit a rock, hit a sharp object that's gonna pop your tire. Like that's how I felt, bro. It was like, what am I doing? Like where am I going towards? Initially. And then I realized that, okay, this is really just about becoming my best possible self and putting myself in a position where I can be happy and just like continuously just self-improving. Because if you are not like just seeking bits and pieces of information that you can learn from every single day, you are you are actively falling behind. That is how you should think about it. And like, I truly believe this is literally just a journey of ups and downs. My best advice, by the way, never get too high in the highs or too low in the lows. Just stay rock solid in between and just let your emotions stand still. But obviously, like, let yourself feel things. Obviously, like, understand like why you're feeling this way. If you feel this way, most of all, like, learn from your mistakes, bro. There's two different mindsets that you can't have. One egotistical, saying that mistakes, things just happen to me, and another thing saying that learning lessons come my way. And I much rather be in the mindset where learning lessons come my way and learn from them and continuously evolve and get to a better position where I can be happy. But yeah, I mean, going back into like my story where I'm here right now in Richmond, and then, again, if you don't know anything about me and my channel, I moved to Miami, Florida about 8 months ago, I believe, which is oh my God, it's surreal saying that like out loud, especially being in this room. It's surreal, honestly, because this was, I mean, obviously the place that I moved out of, but I just recall the day that I moved. It was a 2 week period between where I had the thought, I had the idea, I had the opportunity of moving to Miami, Florida, just come up to me. 2 week period between me getting the opportunity and packing my bags and leaving and driving 15 hours south of Virginia, 950 miles down south of Florida, to Miami, Florida. So it was very spontaneous, very risky, very spontaneous, but that's how I roll, bro. That's how I roll. And if you're not willing to take those risks, then someone's going to take them for you, and someone's going to live your dream lifestyle for you. I mean, here we are now. Like it's a constant journey of ups and downs, and I really just like one thing I really want you to take away from this video, most of all for myself, is that your own self improvement is everything. Your lifestyle will never exceed your own your own personal development. That's how I was even able to get to a position where I could live the life that I did I do. Sorry, because I do live that fucking lifestyle in Miami. I don't mean to say like I'm fucking balling. I got a fat house. I got a crazy car. Like no. Like I'm very humble with the things that I do, very humble with the way that I live. Like I don't care to live very flashy, but like most of all, I just care to, progress every single day to day, and put myself in an environment that I actually care to live. Like my days literally look like waking up early in my own environment in sunny Miami, Florida, clear blue skies, humid weather on the 51st floor of my building, seeing the nice Brickell view, which I missed that view, by the way. Nice Brickell view from my apartment. See a little bit of the water from Key Biscayne, further in the distance, and then get my day started, hit a morning routine, get some coffee in, get a training session in, which just feels so good, just isolating that time of my day just to myself. And I'm telling you my day to day, because this is the exact same routine that I used to build myself up, and the very thing that you can do for yourself to get to a position where you actually care to live your life. So wake up, train, and then I do my work. I take calls. I record content, kind of like I'm doing right now, which is cool that I can work in my hometown as well. Record content. And then later in the day, like, bro, hang out with my boys, drive around a little bit, grab a little bev, which I did from Wawa, a little Diet Coke. On a cut, by the way. I'm going to have an insane fucking transformation coming out soon. Check out my IG if you haven't already. The IG is going to be fire. But yeah, just train and then, hit my steps for the day and then do it all again tomorrow. Like, that's what I fucking like. I had to find, progress. Momentum, I would say this. Momentum is made in the mundane. I'm going to say that again. Momentum is made in the mundane. That is where you're missing your progression, is that you think that it's this big spike of motivation that's going to come your way where you can magically just do everything that you want to in the world. But really, it's just doing the same things over and over and over again until you start seeing that progression happen in your life. Like, that's when you're missing. Judge yourself based on how consistent and committed you can be, rather than singular achievements or accomplishments. That is the mindset shift you have to have. And like, that is what ultimately brought me to this point right now, is just being so fucking consistent with the little things and proving 1% better every single day. Just drastically just changed my life for the better. That is truly how I did it. And along with that, and I'm physically gonna show you. Let me put my mic. Hold on, hang out with me for real quick. I got my fucking nice ass camera back from Miami. Let's put my mic right here. So I'm gonna show you, maybe not in depth detail of this, but a little glimpse. But I have this notebook right here. Let's see if this camera angle is good. This right here, like look at all of this, right? And I think that angle's good. Yeah, look at all this. Damn. So one notebook full of that. I got another notebook full of that right here. And I'm about to break down why exactly that means. I just want to give you an example before I talk. Another thing right here. Boom. And I'll even read this. Like, this is a perfect example. So April 15th, 2025, I must post 15 to 20 stories daily. I must post 2 reels daily. I must post 2 long forms weekly. I will surround myself with 150 degrees. What that means is like everyone has their own internal thermostat, whether that be finances, within their net worth. I said finances already. I'm tripping. Business, physique, right? Mentality. Everyone has their own internal thermostat, right? So this is how I want you to understand it. And Ed Milet taught me this. Look up Ed Milet. He's a fucking G. So if your own internal thermostat is like a 80 degrees within your own self-improvement, right? If you surround yourself with people who are operating at like 110, 120 within their own internal thermostat, within their own self-improvement, whether that be their physique, business, mindset, whatever it is for them, if you surround yourself with those 110, 120 degrees, you will rise in between that level. You will start to feel your own internal thermostat start rising. So I told myself every single day that I will surround myself with 150 degrees. Just meaning like it just reminded me subconsciously that I look for fucking killers, bro. Like I don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of degenerates, but I want to be surrounded with fucking killers. I will live congruent with my desired state, right? And then I said a little bit of gratitude. So I said I'm so happy and grateful to be able to compete in the 10K today. Okay, so I ran a 10K that day. Oh yeah, that's fire. And then 6:17 a.m. I am blessed to have the opportunity to compete in the 10K today. I'm grateful for all the people who have helped me get to the point in my life, and I look forward to putting on a show today. And I fucking killed it, by the way. So, just a little bit of gratitude, and most of all, just reminding myself in the morning every single day, like, why am I waking up? What's the reason? Why am I waking up every single morning? Where am I heading? What's the direction that I'm steering my ship? And, I didn't think much of this little fucking habit when I started it, but I mean, I've literally seen my life just transform in front of my eyes by picking up this small fucking habit of just journaling every single day. And I can't tell you how many times, like, I just wrote this shit down. I'm like, why does this matter? Why does this matter? Why does it matter? Writing all of these pages down. I'm like, why does this matter? Why am I writing this down? And then I fucking, it's just surreal. Like just seeing not even just your reality, but like your own internal person. You don't notice it day to day, but I guarantee the people you surround yourself with, and maybe even like better off, like people who see you maybe every other week, every other month, they're going to be like, they're going to notice a difference. You're going to see that in their eyes. It's a surreal feeling. And it all starts with just like working on yourself internally. That is how you get your reality to change. But yeah, bro, I mean, when you shift my mic over back here, this is such a fire camera, by the way. But yeah, I mean, that is the telltale story of, me self-reflecting and realizing, damn, I'm definitely not where I want to be at. I'm definitely not comfortable. I mean, another reason why I moved out of my hometown is that I was too comfortable. And I the best way to change your reality is to change your environment. And, environment is kind of hard to change unless you're spontaneous and somewhat of a crash out like me. So, like that is the telltale story of I was really able to like just see a lot of change in my life in a very short period of time. But again, going back to what I was saying, like it's definitely not, I'm not like satisfied with where I'm at right now. Definitely happy with the progress that I made. And I think it's not a matter of like, I heard Andrew Tate say this, it's not practice makes perfect, but self-reflection makes perfect. Self-reflection makes perfect. Analyze your past moves, even analyze, high performers in whatever industry, whatever skill you're trying to improve. Analyze their past mistakes and learn how you can do it better. And it's like, bro, skill development is such a underrated thing to really like pay close attention to, because it's just a simple act. Like one heavy emphasis for me in this past year has been my communication skills. Again, like I told you that, surround yourself with people who see you like week to week, month to month. And like one of my very good friends, we would talk like fairly often, like maybe like 3-4 times a week, right? But even him, like he would say the way that I used to convey and articulate my thoughts, my message, my speech a year ago was just completely different to how I talk right now. All because I made it intentional, all because in the back of my mind, like I was like, bro, I want to become a better speaker. And I really don't think I'm the best speaker at all right now. Definitely fucking better than what I was a year ago. That's for damn sure. but like it's all about just setting intention, just consciously making the smaller improvements toward this one skill set you want to make. And from my perspective is like, I like pick out, like I literally I guess psychoanalyze someone's speech when they talk, and it's like my brain is just like, it's like fun for my brain. I don't know, like that's just how I do it. And I went to a I'm not really like politically involved at all, but like my boy is, and I went to like a delegates Saturday meeting, like a fucking assembly, yesterday, just because my boy wanted me to come with him. I'm like, fuck it, bro. I got you, bro. You gonna support me. I'm gonna support you. And like I knew like the shit they were saying is like gibberish to me. Like I am somewhat politically educated. I do have my beliefs. I do have my point of views, but I can't fucking talk about bills and subsidiary. I heard them say that shit. I don't know what it is. I just don't understand political terminology. That's better way to say it. But like in my mind, like I would just psychoanalyze every part of their speech, as far as like their tonality, as far as their pacing, as far as how they're able to really articulate their thoughts in a very like concise and impactful message. And I would just like translate in my head as like I guess like just shit that I can understand. Like in my head, one of the senators went on this long tangent when someone, was answering or asking a question. Like in my head, I'm like, they were like, shit, I don't know. I don't know, bro. It's a weird thing for me, but I think that is everything I want to get off my chest in this video is just like actively documenting that I'm back here in Virginia. This is where I built myself up. That routine that I told you that I live in Miami, that is exactly what I did every single day here. Every single day here. I woke up at 4:15 a.m. I have this on my IG. I don't know. I still have to self-reflect on that part, but like just me waking up at 4:15 a.m., I had no reason at all in this world to wake up that damn early, yet I did it every single day, even on weekends, without a fucking miss. I think that was also when I broke some of my beliefs, is waking up early on the weekend. Like that's what I mean. That's what I mean when you say you step outside of what the system tells you, because the system says that you should relax on the weekend. You should go out late on Friday and Saturday nights and sleep in later in the day towards on Saturdays and Sundays. But I just reframe my mind that every single day is just an opportunity to get better. I'm not going to change my routine based on the day. So every single day, bro, I'd wake up at 4:15 a.m. I'd knock out my push-outs out in the morning, whether it was cold as shit or not. And I just start my day like that. I honestly, like, I was working 2 jobs at that point back when, my hometown. But I honestly didn't really have enough of a reason to wake up that early. So, like, I would literally just have so much time on my hands where I was like, bro, what the fuck am I doing? So I'd read a ton of books. I would journal. I'd meditate for hours. I'd watch a ton of self-improvement videos. I bought a couple courses, a couple mentorships that I obviously like used to really expedite my skills, and those were like the best investments that I made. But yeah, it's just a foundation. It's just about improving yourself internally to see external change. But that's going to be it for this video. I appreciate y'all watching. I'm glad I recorded this. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.